Today I'm going to share with you my number one go-to, and it is also a recipe that our clients love. And it was my first introduction to buckwheat, and I absolutely love this recipe. So just to start off, it's very easy. I'm going to leave the recipe in the description box below. We're going to use 1 cup of whole buckwheat and a half a cup of sunflower seeds. And we're going to soak that for 8 to 12 hours in clean filtered water. With enough water, the more water you use, the easier it will be with the rinsing process, because buckwheat is quite slimy. So I'm just going to close it. The reason why we soak it is to get rid of anti-nutrients that make it very difficult to digest. If you would like to know more about why we soak and sprout, you can watch this video. So after 8 to 12 hours of soaking, the next step will be to rinse the seeds, just to get rid of the anti-nutrients and also to get rid of the sliminess. And then we're just going to give it a rinse with clean filtered water. Now the seeds are ready for the next step, and that we call sprouting. So we're just going to put it over a bowl, and we're going to close it with a clean cloth so that it's in a dark area, and we're going to leave it for another 8 to 12 hours. Now our seeds are ready for the final rinse after sprouting before using it. I normally use municipality water first because it's just a quick rinse. And then I'm going to do a final rinse with filtered water. Now the seeds and buckwheat are ready to use in the waffle recipe. So the only ingredients that we add is 1 cup of clean water and 1 teaspoon of salt, and I'm using Himalayan salt today. And then we're going to blend the mixture. I've also tested this mixture in a food processor, and it also works very well. So now the mixture is ready to be baked. I've heated up my waffle pan, and it's ready now to put the waffles in. Decide how full you want to make this. I don't fill it up all the way because I like the round, else the waffle can be very big. Because remember, this is a whole food, so it's a lot more filling than just using white flour. When the green light comes on, it's normally for me a sign that I can just turn the waffle around. You don't have to in most of the waffle makers, but with this specific one I prefer to do it just to get it crunchy on both sides. Just test it to see when it's crispy. So when it's ready to take out, I put it on the rack, and then we're ready to go for the next one. I bought this specific Krups non-stick waffle maker on Takealot, and I wouldn't recommend buying it on Takealot because you only get a 6 months guarantee, and in my case I had to deal with the importers. There's a bit of an alignment issue with the toaster, so it shaved off some of the non-stick coating, and they just said I did the damage myself. But as you could see, I don't even need a tool in this waffle toaster. You can just use your hand to take it out. I'd rather buy it from a reputable shop like Yappie Chef or Tafelberg Furnitures, because they will then sort it out with the importers. If you live in another country like America or in Europe, I will recommend to use a ceramic coated waffle maker. That is definitely safer, but unfortunately in South Africa this was the best option that I could get. Alternatively, if you don't want to do that, you can use the oven, and just make sure when you use a non-stick coating like this that you've got a well ventilated area. So these ones, when I normally make the recipe, I double it up. You can put them in the freezer. It's amazing. You can add turmeric. You can make different variations of these waffles. You can use also quinoa, that is a gluten-free grain. You can use millet. What I also love is that I make combinations of them. So for instance, I would put 50% buckwheat, 50% millet, or you can do 50-50 buckwheat and quinoa. And I like the bit of turmeric, like half a teaspoon of turmeric in the mixture. It gives it a nice color. And then when I'm ready to use this, I put it in my toaster. I put it on defrost setting, that it doesn't burn. And if you use it from the freezer, then you also put it, you don't have to defrost it, you immediately put it into your toaster on defrost setting. You can push it down maybe once or twice, see when it's crispy but not burned. This is an amazing bread replacement. You can eat nut butters on it, seed spreads. You can also use it for eating with curries and things. So it's a great alternative to get in your bread, and it really satisfies. So enjoy. If you don't have a waffle pan, you can also use a normal oven tray with unbleached parchment paper, and you can just put a bit of it, almost like a flapjack size. You can put, and then you can bake it in the oven. So these can now go into the oven, and you can see what they look like once baked. We're going to bake them at, in my oven, 200 degrees Celsius, depending on what your average temperature is. I think some ovens might need to be baked at 180. If you enjoyed today's video, remember to hit the like button. If you don't want to miss out on future content like this, remember to subscribe, and you must take care of your health. It's precious.